boys' book all about hockey done first. So Matthew, tell me about Gretzky's game.
So Gretzky is most of all the best player of the league. And I hope I can win the NHL Cup just like he did too.
There's a little boy in your book, isn't there?
Yes, there isn't. And he tries to make the team called the Oil Kings, and it is not how they do it today. It's actually single man hand tryouts, and they don't show you everything on the clipboard and everything they're looking for. They don't tell you any of that.
But in his league,
in this league, they do. But after all, this is a kind of fiction book made up.
Well, maybe it's just the way they do it in Ryan's league, because Ryan's the name of the little boy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now tell me, Ryan is trying out for a team, his own team called the Oil Kings, right?
Right.
And is that in Edmonton or near Edmonton?
Yes, it actually is near Edmonton.
Okay, and his idol is Gretzky, right?
Yes.
Now tell me what's going on in the story with the Stanley Cup.
So the Oilers went to the Stanley Cup last year, but they lost against the New York Islanders. Mm-hmm. And on the final Stanley Cup game, they were up 4-0, but the Islanders were champs, so they weren't gonna give up. So they kept trying and scored 2 goals, and lots of people had Mark Messier, Brian Trottier were all better captains and leaders. So, but Gretzky kept his cool, and he showed his matters when it mattered, and scored 2 of the goals that helped the Oilers win.
So this was the So the first year they played against the Islanders and they lost, right?
Right.
And then this takes place the year later after, and then did they face the Islanders that year as well?
Yes.
I remember actually hearing a story about Gretzky after that first series, and the Islanders won, and his team wasn't really exhausted and tired. They were kind of joking around in the dressing room after they lost. And the Islanders were exhausted, and they were flat out done in, and they just won, but they were almost too tired to party. And Gretzky said that's because they worked harder than we did. So I guess this year he managed to get his team to work harder, and they won. Mm-hmm. So that makes him a good leader, doesn't it? Now, was Ryan at that game, or did he watch it on TV?
He was actually at the game, and the best part was he had front row seats right near center ice.
Wow,
which
that
is the
exciting.
best part. And I went to a different NHL game, and I got to sit right in front of the boards, which is cool because you get to see the glass shatter and when big body checks happen. Yeah.
Was that a Leaf game that you went to see?
No, actually it was in Ottawa.
You went to Ottawa to watch the game. How did Ottawa do? Did they win?
Yes.
Oh, well.
So
what was your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part is when he holds the cup right over his head, and as you can see right here, there he is, and his smile so big, and there's so many people on the ice, he can barely walk through the crowd. And they were very happy they won the Stanley Cup.
And what about Ryan? Did you find out if he makes the team?
Yes, he does make the team, and right near the beginning, he starts getting a little sad because he never scored 1 goal, and he thought he wasn't helping the team win. So his mom wasn't a very good hockey player, but she said, you have to shoot to score, man. Maybe practice your shot better. That might work. Even though she wasn't a hockey expert, it made a lot of sense. So he kept practicing his shot, and in the next game, he scored hard. He passed it to one of his teammates, and he was like a magician with the puck, passing and shooting so smoothly. So Ryan was on a shift with him. He passed him the puck, and then he whizzed down the ice so fast. He cut through 2 defensemen and passed the puck to Ryan, and he flicked the shot up over the goalie's shoulder.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yes.
See, sometimes
Top
moms
shelf.
know what they're saying, eh? You gotta
Yes.
shoot. Does your mom help you with your hockey?
Yes.
Does she know a lot about hockey?
Yes, better than the dad.
I like helping my sons out with their hockey too. Sometimes they
Yes.
listen, sometimes they don't. My daughter listens to me,
Yes.
so that works out pretty well. And that's the thing, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Just put it on the net, and sometimes good things happen, right?
And he was afraid to go in front of the net because there's a whole bunch of big boys, and he didn't want to get hurt, and he might get shoved around.
No, that's
He
hockey.
might get hurt. And
Gets a little rough
yes,
sometimes.
It does.
And you play hockey too, right?
That's right.
What team do you play for?
Minor Adam House League.
And you enjoy that?
Yes.
Yeah?
And on my 3-on-3 league, the very first game on Saturday, I scored 2 hat tricks and 2 assists.
Cool. Oh, so you're a bit of a
Yes.
magician yourself there sometimes.
A little bit.
Excellent. So that is, let me see the front. That is
Gretzky's Game
by Mike Leonetti with pictures by Greg Banning. Now, you've read other books by Mike
Yes,
Leonetti,
I
haven't you?
And my favorite one, other than that, I would have to say is A Hero Named Howe, which is Gordie Howe.
Of course.
So he's a very good player too.
And do you remember what number Gordie Howe is?
Gordie Howe, no, I think he's
You know,
number
Caitlin?
3.
Number 9.
Number 9, exactly.
Okay.
And Mike Leonetti has written many hockey
Yes,
books.
he
We
has.
have all of them at my house. There's My Leaf Sweater.
Yes, I have that one.
Yeah, that's one about Daryl Sittler's
I borrowed Bobby.
number 4 Bobby Orr.
Yes,
yeah,
number 4
that's
Bobby
another
Orr.
one. And The Greatest Goal, which is
I
about.
have.
Do you remember what that one's about?
The greatest goal is. Oh yeah, it is the.
That's the Paul Henderson
yes,
goal,
the
right?
Paul Henderson.
Against the Soviets.
And actually, this is about a different book, but the Canadians didn't think it was fair they should get booed. And in the ending, they won against the Soviet Union, which was the best team in the league, and they have not got defeated in that entire season. So
It was
they
a
were
big deal, that game.
Yes, and they were very proud they beat the Soviets.
Yeah, because it was sort of, Canada was
Yeah.
supposed to be the best, and the Soviets thought they were the best, and so it was a really big series.
Yeah.
And then
It was
there's
really
the goalie mask as well that he wrote, and that's the story of.
I want to see that book. I want to read that book.
That's an excellent one.
I
That's
need
the
to
story
get
of
that
Jacques
book.
Plante, the
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacques Plante?
Yep.
Yeah. I do have that one. And I was thinking of a different goalie one, about a different goalie.
Ah. Well, this one with Jacques Plante is excellent.
Yes.
We have that one too. And he was the first one to wear, well, not really the first one, but he was the one who really got
Yeah.
the ball rolling with wearing the hockey mask.
And it kind of got my mom saying, who is when the puck flew in his face.
Yeah.
Yes, that was kind of gross.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of goalies in my family, and believe me, I'm glad they're wearing
Yes.
masks to protect their faces.
Yes.
So that's Gretzky's
And your
game.
daughter is one.
That's right. She's an
Yes.
excellent goalie. So Gretzky's Game with illustrations by Greg Banning. I think he does most of the illustrations for Mike Leonetti's books. So if you're into hockey, this is an
Yes.
excellent series. There's a little more text in these books. It's not a short picture book. Sometimes when I was reading these with my kids when they were younger, we'd actually read maybe half of a book per night because it was kind of long. But it's fun. It's got you can see the text here. Some of the words are highlighted and they're made big, so it's a little more fun. Breaks it up a little bit. So thank you so much for bringing that in, Matthew. I'm going to hang on to that for now.
It's like, goal!
Yeah, goal. When they get excited, they make the words
Yes.
nice and big. And that's a very famous picture, actually, that
Yes.
Greg Banning has drawn. It's a famous photograph. So he's drawn a picture of a very famous photograph there on the front. So thanks very